right, thanks everybody for coming out and about. Look, we face a lot of challenges as a city, but we try to take them all on when they come to us, and sometimes that challenges grow, other times they recede. But when you think about what we've been fighting with COVID-19, public safety, need to advance racial equity, we're hard to work on all those things. But one thing that's been bothering us is the city is never quite as clean as any of us want it to be, despite immense work from our public works team, solid waste team. It's just hard to keep up and get ahead. So we got to take care of the basics like this. We think it's fundamental to city operations, and it's also the work that people expect to be done in the community, and it certainly has been a high priority for all of us from the very beginning. So that's why we continued Brightside, for instance, here. We appreciate the good work that they do. We're organizing community-wide cleanups. Brightside's going to have more cleanups and more trash collected than ever before, I hope, this year. It's part of our Give a Day celebration that started April the 1st and will go for the entire month of April. It's also why we establish street sweeping alerts to help residents clear to move their cars on street sweeping days to help us produce cleaner streets. And because you just know when your street's clean, when your sidewalk's clean, it sets the tone. And it sends a message on what we're trying to do here as a city. I just would like to think for everybody, just like how they want to take care of their home, the city is the family room for everybody. So we'd ask everybody to please keep that in mind. Look after yourself. And a lot of people do that. Make sure their trash is thrown away, whether it's a picnic they're having at Shawnee Park or Cherokee Park. So I want to thank everybody who shows that courtesy to themselves and to others. Take care of our city like they take care of their homes. And the goal is for everybody to act that way. Now, the question is, does everybody pick up after themselves? They do?
We do.
You do. You pick up for everybody else as well. No, not everybody cleans up after themselves, and we sure wish folks would. I don't know about y'all, but it's infuriating when you're seeing somebody throwing stuff out of their car window or something like that, and you just want to say, did your mama teach you to do that? And just say, come on, everybody, please keep our city clean. So sometimes we get complaints about litter, and we respond, and it's impressive. And I should say, Director Burns and Director Hackett, when we get those calls, you guys respond very quickly. And so oftentimes people call in to complain. Oftentimes we get a really quick feedback as well. It's like, I can't believe, and Alexis Richardson will tell you this, you all came up and cleaned it up that day or the next day. So we really appreciate that responsiveness. I wish we didn't have to do it. So we're trying to figure out a more systematic way to approach litter, and that's why we've established the Clean Collaborative. This is a partnership we launched with $1.5 million in funding from Metro Council. I recognize Councilwoman Barbara Shanklin, Dr. Shanklin here, who was part of that effort. And we said, let's put this to work so we can clean our streets and public spaces more effectively. And we've used that money now to hire 13 new team members and purchase equipment for the Department of Public Works. So our team, our good-looking team, our good-looking equipment is on here on display for the city to see that. And they've been doing an amazing job. The job is to clean along our roadways, particularly the major arteries, continuously throughout the entire year, not just the springtime. And so the collaborative is a partnership that involves Louisville Metro Codes and Regulations and their Vacant Lots Department, Brightside and their volunteer community cleanups and anti-litter messaging, Louisville Downtown Partnership, which assists in maintaining the cleanliness in the downtown area, and the Louisville Waste Management District. Now, as part of these efforts, we're also launching a Clean Collaborative website to help people track the team's work and their totals. These 13 Clean Collaborative team members have been on the job since the last week of February, and in that time, they have covered 376 curb miles of roadway and collected an amazing 96 tons of trash. I mean, that is some darn good work, fellas. So I want to say thank you all very much for staying focused on what you're doing. Really appreciate it, and it shows. I mean, I hope people notice when things are clean. They notice when they're not clean, but it's the absence of litter that really, as I said, lifts things up, and I see it as I'm driving around the community right now. So I really appreciate that. Now, when you think about how important this is to making us a welcoming city, prior to the pandemic, we were welcoming 16 million visitors a year to our city. That's a lot. And we're starting to see tourism to rebound again as the weather is getting better and people are getting more and more vaccinated. So this is a big thing for our economy to have a clean city. So just a lot of good things coming together now, and the momentum of the city is really feeling strong and positive. A good reason for that too, good contributor, is the partnership between my office and the Metro Council. And I would like now to hear from Dr. Barbara Shanklin, the councilwoman for this area. Dr. Shanklin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I want to thank the mayor and all of the team for coming out. I really have a lot of contact with these guys over here. I'm constantly calling. I probably drive them crazy, but I have to say that the minute I call, they do come out and clean up whatever the issue is. And I've noticed coming out Indian Trail, I didn't know who it was. I saw all these guys with these green shirts on, and I saw them picking up paper and down Indian Trail. And it really makes you feel good to know that they out here working, helping to clean up our area. And as I look over at our OGs over there in the corner, they over there every day, and they clean up behind themselves. And it means a lot when people clean up behind themselves, as the mayor just said. In our park, it's starting to look so good because when people, and my park is crowded every day, but they get in there and once they get done, they clean up and put it in the garbage cans. So we're trying to do the best we can out here in Newburgh, but I can't say enough about the team behind me. And Caleb and I, we ride this district all the time looking for trash. And whenever we turn it in, you better believe somebody comes out there. The next day or two, I'll go check back and it's gone. So it means a lot, and I appreciate all y'all do. And Ms. Burns, I appreciate your staff and everything. So I want to continue to work with y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. OGs, can you hear us over there, OGs? All right. We thank you guys for helping us clean. There's one of the new OGs, Ron King, right there. He retired Metro employee. He had a little bit of game back in the day, and he's still talking about it. But, Ron, we appreciate all your service to Metro government over the years. Thanks. And enjoy your retirement. You OGs look like you're doing all right over there. All right. Well, it's a 70 and over softball league. They still say they're playing. They run around in walkers, but they're doing all right. No, they got serious game. Public Works Director Vanessa Burns is leading our team and always encouraging us to do more and to work together with great teamwork, so we appreciate that. So let's hear from Director Burns. Vanessa?
Thank you. I want to thank you, Mayor Fisher, for proposing to City Council to fund the Clean Collaborative efforts. As you probably remember, you one time kidnapped me and put me in your car, and we drove around the city. And I never saw so many complaints, and if I could fall down a little bit, I would have. He complained about abandoned auto debris, abandoned construction debris, utility markings, and so on and so on. So what we're talking about now is a program that now has resources. To attack this problem, you need resources. You need people, you need equipment. Unfortunately, at the time when we started this process, we ran into a budget problem, and then we ran into the pandemic. But thank you. Due to your efforts, Mr. Mayor, the new funding request was approved in January by Metro Councilman like Councilman Shanklin. We appreciate it so much. We were able to hire, as the mayor said, 12 individuals and their supervisors, Mike Klein. Raise your hand, Mike. And he's trying to hide back there. But we were able to order and acquire specialized cleaning equipment. This is just one of the 5 or 6 different kinds of equipment that we have bought. that will help us to be a lot more productive in getting some of this litter and debris off of the streets. We are in the process of acquiring baby sweepers. So if you see little sweepers that have look a lot smaller than normal, that's what they are. We have a medvac, which is a golf style golf thing that is part of the MOA with the Downtown Partnership. But before we even started trying to figure out what we're going to do, the one thing that I'm the most proud of is the fact that we have actually gone out in teams and done an assessment of the main and arterial streets. We've also done downtown, and ultimately I think we will be doing assessments for in the neighborhoods. So what we're trying to do is not just pick up the trash. What we're trying to also do is to monitor to see where the trash is generated, see how we could do it better, and what program and frequency that we will be doing our job. So we're going to use data in order to be able to do that. So I'm most appreciative of that. We're also piggybacking on the state contract for expressway cleanings. After the winter, everybody noticed there was trash all over on the side. There was a contract that was not promulgated until late March, and now that has gone, and they have gone through one cycle in the expressways. And what the Clean Collaborative budget is going to do is allow us to add a couple more cleanings before the end of June. The other thing is that I thought was really important was we are working, one of our stakeholders is the Louisville Downtown Partnership. And what we have done with them is expand their area of responsibility, and that they will be part of the Clean Collaborative budget. So the thing, I think the most important thing, and the mayor discussed it, was we've developed a dashboard and a website, www.louisvilleky.gov/CleanLou. So if anybody wants to know what we're doing, where we're picking up stuff, how many times we picked up stuff, where we're going, you should be able to see that. Now, what I will say on the dashboard in the website, it's going to be a thing in progress because we're adding stakeholders. We're trying to figure out how we're going to do the scheduling, and so it will change over time. But what the mayor has wanted us to be transparent, the council has wanted us to be transparent, and this is the way that we're going to do it. So the dashboard and the website. So all in all, these efforts could not be effectuated without you, Mr. Mayor. There you are. Yeah.
Thank you, Keith.
Louisville Metro Council. But more importantly, what we're trying to do is show leadership. And leadership that comes out of people like Keith Hackett, who's the director for SWIMS, his administrators, both Booker, Richmond Booker and Antonio Baldwin. There's Pete Flood, who's our solid waste enforcement manager, and he knows more about litter than probably anybody in the city. Also, I want to thank Karen Maynard, who is back here as well, who's worked with us on the logos and does solid waste education. And she works with the waste district in making sure that we do the best job we can. Last person that I want to, well, second to last person I want to thank is Matt Maskey of Fleet. Because let me tell you, if Matt had not done the work that he was doing in terms of ordering equipment for both Public Works and the vacant lots, and it's still coming in, we would not be able to do it. So we're very thankful to him and his team. But last but not least, and this is a young man that you'll get an opportunity to call if you have any issues. Rob Lush. Raise your hand, Rob. Rob Lush, who used to be our solid waste enforcement supervisor, he was the one that, you would get information about people getting their cars impounded because they were illegally dumping in the alleys. So now he's got a bigger job, and we know that he will do a great job because his job is to keep all the pieces together. His job is to make sure that we work with our stakeholders and everybody's on their toes, in that when we need to, we work together. And I just want everybody to know that the happiest I was, the proudest I was when we cleaned up for Muhammad Ali. And what happened is, it wasn't just Public Works and parks and vacant lots that did the cleaning. Our community came out and did their job and made Louisville shine. So all we're asking, the mayor and our residents are asking, is everybody do your part, and we will be a better city.
All right. Good job, Director Burns. We appreciate that. So I'll just emphasize that again. Just ask everybody to do what they can to help make our Clean Collaborative's job a little bit easier. We'd like everybody in the whole city to feel like they are team members of the Clean Collaborative. And I know there have also been instances where we have been told that some places may not have enough trash cans, or other places where people can properly put away their litter. So if anybody feels that's a serious issue in their neighborhood, please go to louisvilleky.gov/cleanlou and describe the situation. We'll look into that and supply additional trash receptacles as needed. Okay, so just everybody, please do your part in keeping our city clean. And then you can also go to louisvilleky.gov/cleanlou to learn about the Clean Collaborative and follow the crew's progress. So thanks for coming out. Any questions about this?
To be clear, this was funded from the mid-year adjustment back in January, right?
That's correct.
And how much does this represent an ongoing commitment in future years to keeping this going?
It's going to be about, $2.5 million of annual type of specificity toward that. Unfortunately, the budget's in a condition where we're going to be able to do that. So people see a direct impact from this investment, and we've gotten a lot of good compliments about it. Yep. Okay, so we're going to pick up a little trash over here and invite you all to help us. Thanks for coming out.